Good evening and welcome to my coverage of the UEFA Euro 2020 Championship tournaments. And today's game I'm covering will be in Copenhagen, and a game that is taking place under, to say the least, difficult circumstances for one of the teams. Denmark face Belgium. Denmark facing Belgium in Denmark's capital. Not only are they in a difficult position in their group, but also under very, very challenging emotional situations no one would wish on any team. It was halfway through the opening match against Finland where a talismanic player for Denmark, Christian Eriksen, collapsed on the pitch with a cardiac arrest. Thankfully, he is recovering well in hospital, but the team will have to embark on the tournament without him, of course. And there have been a lot of tributes from across Europe and the world. Denmark, to say the least, will have been trying to put all of this behind them going into today's game. They're just ready. Are we ready to have the players leave the tunnel? I believe Belgium have already. No, Belgium's players are still in the tunnel. Earlier today we had Ukraine against North Macedonia. Ukraine, one of the teams fancied to surprise the tournament, getting their first win. Their first win at the championships since 2012. Each team receiving a penalty. Each team having a penalty saved there. Ukraine going 2-0 up around half an hour in. Just before the hour mark, Ezjan Aliovski of Leeds United scored a penalty. Well, scored the rebound from what was a saved penalty. And in about 10 minutes from the end, Ruslan Malinovsky also took a penalty for Ukraine, but it was saved. And Ukraine won 2-1. Danish players now entering the stadium. And no doubt they will want to do their country still, not least of all, Eriksen proud. Denmark also marching onto the field from a separate tunnel. And Denmark's captain for the tournament, AC Milan's Simon Kjaer, made a statement earlier today. It has been some very special days where football has not been the most important thing. A shock that will be part of me, part of all of us forever. The only thing that is important and really matters is that Christian is okay. I am proud of how we act as a team and how we stood together in these difficult times. I am touched and very grateful for all the support. Today, we will enter the pitch against Belgium with Christian in our hearts and thoughts. It gives us peace in our minds, which allows us to focus on the game of football. We will play for Christian, and as always for all of Denmark. That is the greatest motivation for us all. As always, we will do our best. And now we have the national anthems. First, Belgium's. And now what I'm sure will be a moving, powerful moment for thousands of fans. Of course, the 11 Danish players. In fact, the whole team. Danish national anthem sounds. Very emotional moments, no doubt. And hopefully a moment that will motivate and drive Denmark, they hope, to win this match and get their tournament back on track. Denmark have made enforced changes to the starting 11. In the absence, the most likely permanent absence of Eriksson, Brentford's Mikael Damsgaard steps in. Out goes Jonas Vind. Braithwaite and Poulsen keep their starting places, as do Delaney and Højbjerg. There's an additional back three to give width to the fullbacks. Vass and Meiler have played in three at the back systems, especially Meiler for Atalanta. Yannick Vestergaard is the third centre back over Joachim Andersen of Fulham. Kevin De Bruyne does not start tonight's match either, but he does start on the bench. Dedrick Boyata is bench for Jason Denayer. Thorgan Hazard is once again the left wing back in Roberto Martinez's system. Yannick Carrasco will be on the wing. Him and Mertens either side of the, one would imagine, once again prolific, he hopes, Romelu Lukaku. Axel Witsel, who has been out injured since January, is on the bench for this game. Of course, after suffering a injury to his eye socket, Timothy Castagne is out for the rest of the tournament. So you expect plenty of game time for Thomas Meunier of Dortmund. And a motivational speech from Simon Kjaer. Players take their spots. Danish players had a huddle. I'm sure the last few days have involved some very intense conversations, but I'm sure heartwarming moments between each other and from all those people in support of Christian Eriksen. The Belgian players take the knee, the Danes do not. And the match begins. Back to Yannick Vestergaard, who played half an hour in the opening group game against Finland. In the 10th minute of the match, as Belgium have won a free kick already, Thorgan Hazard struck down there, but he's back up. In the 10th minute, Belgium will, if they have the ball, run it out of play. The 10th minute being a tribute to Eriksen, Denmark's number 10. So in about 9 minutes' time. Jason Denayer making sure that Courtois gathers that one safely. I think that's a particularly useful angle. You can see more of the sun than the players from that pitch level camera. Belgium almost fully out of their half. The flag goes up against Denmark. There's Jan Vertonghen, who was substituted off injured in the opening game of Belgium's tournament against Russia. He's back on the field today and captaining the side. Of course, he was replaced by the elderly but still reliable Thomas Vermaelen, and it's a bad pass out the back. What a moment this could be! Oh my goodness! Denmark have scored in the 2nd minute, and it's Yusuf Poulsen. To say this is a dream start for the Danes would be an understatement. And now they really have to control their emotions. Yusuf Poulsen. It was a bad ball from Denayer. I think Tielemans was meant to receive it, and straight down the pitch. And Denayer tried to block the shot, but he arrived just too late. It was Højbjerg who intercepted it and fed it into Yussuf Poulsen, a past Bundesliga player, giving it to a present Bundesliga star. At least when he's on form, is Yussuf Poulsen. And Denmark and Belgium immediately applying pressure on Denmark from the kickoff. Carrasco, good with both feet. I think he wants to shift it onto his right foot if he's going to cross it. Hazard deflected and Schmeichel gets hold of it that time. Of course, Schmeichel made a mistake in the first game, which allowed Finland's Poyenpano to score. And I believe that is the fastest goal of the tournament, is Poulsen's. Finland scored a goal after 4 minutes in St. Petersburg yesterday, but VAR ruled it out correctly. Offsides was Finland's centre forward. The same man who scored against Denmark in their opening game, and I won't say his name again because I'm still yet to pronounce it properly. Apologies to him. And Belgium still trying to break away. Højbjerg trying to break it down the right-hand side. And will they go for the shot? No, he doesn't. Cutting inside. Courtois couldn't hold on to it. Out of harm's way, or is it? Denmark, he tries to break into the corner, and a low cross, and it's cleared away before Braithwaite could turn it into the net. What a ferocious start to the game for Denmark. It is Mæhle, the wing-back / full-back, trying to squeeze that past Courtois. Couldn't do it that time. And Denmark attacking again, playing inside the wing-backs. Here's a great cross, and Courtois just holds on to that one. Wow, Denmark could have scored 3 times in the opening 6 minutes if they were incisive. Denmark think that was run out of play, and a free kick is given. Again, Mæhle with a lovely cross, and this time it was the captain Kjær. No, not Kjær, my apologies. It was Daniel Vass who skims it over the head of Thorgan Hazard, but not into the net. Denmark really intent on putting a statement on this game. And you can fully appreciate why they might want to do that. This is not just a good start attacking-wise for Denmark, but they're holding possession well as Braithwaite is chopped down by Hazard. Easily a free kick. And if Hazard doesn't watch it, he's going to be booked. In fact, if the result stays this way, all 4 teams in Group B will be on 3 points. Each of them will have won and lost a match. The more I think about that, the more I would like the result to stay that way. Here's Andreas Christensen overlapping pretty much into midfield. He has usually operated as a sweeper or a ball-playing centre-back, so it's no surprise that he's also gone forward into midfield like that. Myler, Højbjerg, and that ball is seen behind, goes out of play. But can Denmark keep this intensity for the whole match? We've only played 8 minutes so far. Courtois, by the time he knew which direction the shot was going in and chose to dive, it was too late. Goes under him. Not his fault. Most goalkeepers would struggle to keep that out. Here's Poulsen again. And he's laid it off. And a good challenge. He's back with Belgium now. Just. I think Lukaku gave it away. And another ball sprayed over the top. But it's kept away from Braithwaite. Moynier. Back to Denayer. Vertonghen. Hazard. Next by Denmark. Højbjerg. That's a brilliant ball, but too heavy for Poulsen. It's back with Courtois in no time. Hazard. Now of Carrasco. And for the first time in the match, Belgium be able to pile some semi-decent, sustained pressure on their opposition. And now they've run the ball out of play. Their tribute to Eriksen. That's what they said they'd do. I believe that banner is translating to something on the lines of "the whole of Denmark is with you, Christian." And it's not just Denmark, as is clear to see. Play resumes. So Belgium now consistently holding possession. Denmark conserving their energy right now, although they are doing a good job pressing for the ball in their own half. Schmeichel can get that. It's down with Paulson again. Tries to float it into. Oh, I think that's Damsgaard, the Brentford man. Oh, I couldn't quite control it. Under a lot of pressure from Thomas Moynier. And they know it's a moment that could have been huge for them. And another pass. It's into Braithwaite now. Braithwaite's free! He's around the defenders. Cross. No one there. And cleared behind. But Vass has won it and it goes out. Belgium's throw taken by Thorgan Hazard. So still with Belgium. This is Toby Alderweireld. It's really nice direct football from Denmark so far. Poke the ball. They seem to poke the ball through the spaces Belgium leave behind them very effectively. Pierre-Emil Højbjerg, who missed that penalty. That could have gone Denmark level against Finland. And here is Yusuf Poulsen. He's looking to square it and it's cleared behind. And again, a really simple ball all the way through to Poulsen. And it's actually a long way off target. I apologise. I thought the shot had been charged down there. And Denmark again win the ball in a dangerous area. Here's Myler now. Across the box. Oh! And I don't think Braithwaite has won the corner. Tries to head it. It's across the face. Not quite across the face, but under a lot of pressure from Denayer, and it's another goal kick in quick succession for Belgium. Back with Schmeichel, no problem. Lobbed out to Poulsen, it's Vass. And that's a really clean challenge, which Belgium have won possession through, but again, comes to naught very quickly. Denmark wonderfully intercepting. Poulsen's lost it though. It's back with Thomas Moynier. Alderweireld back to former Atletico Madrid teammate Courtois. They were both teammates at Atletico Madrid. Now at Tottenham and Real Madrid, respectively. Christensen going forward again. Braithwaite, very versatile, can play at centre forward now in a very wide area of the pitch, effectively. There's some kind of hard-working winger or wing back there. For all the spells of possession Denmark have had, they simply shut down Belgium so far. Vass with the throw into Poulsen. No, sorry, it's Højbjerg. And the cross isn't cleared very well. It's back with Christensen. It's Delaney. And that ball is going absolutely nowhere. But behind from the left foot of Thomas Delaney. Denayer. Carrasco receiving the ball. Maybe not in the most efficient area, but he's overlapping with Hazard now. And it's carefully intercepted. And Denmark have it back again. Vass. Yuri Tielemans. Vertonghen to Carrasco. Another ball lobbed over for Martin Braithwaite. And Jan Vertonghen has comfortably fended him off. Carrasco dropping very deep to receive the ball. And you feel as the match go on, Belgium will push higher up the pitch and Denmark will drop deeper. And then we'll truly see how well they can contain and control the game from a 1-0 lead. Free kick to Belgium. Tielemans. And the header in the box is not threatening at all, despite Meunier's best attempts at crossing it. You do wonder how much Belgium are struggling without their incredible playmaker, Kevin De Bruyne, who I'm sure will play later today, but almost certainly making an appearance off the bench. We're now halfway through the first half. Denmark's free kick. Played back to the defence and then back to Kasper Schmeichel. Played into Poulsen. Here's Højbjerg. Vass. Vass back into Thomas Delaney. Keeps away from Denayer. Vass. Keeps his feet. Belgium allowing so much space through the middle. It's how they conceded the goals so far. You feel it could just as easily happen again at some points. And the cross bounces into Courtois. Carrasco, he's dropping very deep. Sorry for the runny nose. Allergies have been difficult to handle. Haven't taken antihistamines in a while. That might explain something. Denayer. Tongan's pass to a former club teammate for many years. Alderweireld was a bit unexpected there for the number 2. That's played into Lukaku, but too easy for Denmark's defenders. Now, Denmark trying to get it down the left side this time. And it's given away cheaply. Not in a lot of space, but it could open up here. And the strike is over the bar from Daniel Vass. Højbjerg. Meiler. Ball shifted into the box. But still, Danish players go forward, although it's punted out of play. Moynier will take the throw in. Look at the amount of attempts Denmark have taken. They've had 7 shots, Belgium just 1. Albeit that one was on target. It's been a very poor and inactive performance from Belgium so far. Is this more a matter of Denmark playing out of their skins, or is this the beginning of something worrying for the Red Devils, in spite of that commanding victory over Russia in St. Petersburg, no less? Free kick to Denmark. Christian Eriksen, of course, would be perfect for this sort of situation. Instead, it's going to be taken by Daniel Vass. And immediately blotted out. But Denmark have another throw. Schnellsgaard will take. And someone's gone down in red, clutching his leg. Eerily in a similar spot to where Eriksen collapsed in the first game on Saturday. Thank goodness that he's up on his feet. And another set piece for Denmark. Vass again on the end of it. Just kicking a plastic glass out of the way so it doesn't distract him. And in it comes, straight at Courtois. And Belgium look to counter. Ball is not particularly threatening. Carrasco has it, but he doesn't keep possession of it for very long at all. It's not even a throw-in for Belgium. And there was a shove into Yuri Tillemans in the penalty area there. Belgium do take the throw indeed. And this header safely contained. Back to Hazard. The Tongan, Denayer. Pass nicely finding Hazard. Now it's Carrasco. Cuts it in and it goes behind off Vass. First Belgian corner of the game, which looks like Carrasco may well take. Belgium don't control this. If anything, it would be better to shoot from distance above everything. And floats it over the top. But not in a great position for Hazard, although Belgium have won a throw-in. It's a corner. Carrasco takes. Punched out with one fist by Schmeichel. It's back with Denmark. Although Belgium have won it in a difficult spot, they play it back rather than play it forward though. Hazard. Really hoping to cross into someone interesting. It's only out as far as Kiaya and cleared. Flags up. Denmark's free kick. And even if Denmark had scored from that corner piece, it might not have counted because I think Schmeichel was being obstructed. There would have been an offside there. And again, won relatively easily by Denmark. Poulsen goes down, but it's no foul. Could be that he fell down all by himself. Safely back to Kasper Schmeichel. And again, there's lots of space to focus something into it. It's Damsgaard's, and it's drilled back into the area, but there's no one there. Back with Damsgaard though. Slicing in. Oh! And their best chance for a while isn't number 2. But it's much appreciated by everyone in the stadium. If you're in red, of course, but that will be the majority. Coulthard might just have had it covered. You can really see the belief, understandably, in Denmark today. And that is something I think everyone wanted to see. The focus and intensity they've put into their performance, even though only 35 minutes complete today, has been wonderful. But they've lost the ball in a dangerous area to Belgium. Thankfully, no one was there. Lukaku couldn't get close to the ball in time. Thomas Delaney. Christensen. And down goes, in a heap goes Myler and Thomas Moynier. Awkward collision. Both are back up though. Fast, and Poulsen accelerates up to it. Sorry, Delaney accelerates up to it. Left-footed cross. And Poulsen turns, but before he can shoot, it's cleared away. Can't be controlled, and Belgium have a throw-in. So much positivity from the Danes. Where better a time and place to do it? They've already got 1 goal. Again, another poor bit of pressure from, well, when I say pressure from Denmark, they've, have won the ball quite easily from pressuring Belgium. And it's been happening all game. Back with Myler, who played his football in Denmark before moving to Atalanta in the January window, I believe. Again, really solid work. Denmark again win the ball back, and they're retaining possession well. Belgium are going to need some huge mistake from the Danes in order to get in scoring at this rate. But Damsgaard runs it out of play. Not intentionally, just too much to do. Throw in from Forgan Hazard's Lukaku. And Belgium have a few men forwards. The space is closing down. Cross is scruffy. Denmark clear it upfield. They win a throw-in to Belgium, but to a large extent that's all they're doing, and a lot of them have been inconsequential thus far. Vertonghen to Forgan Hazard. "40 minutes gone, 5 till half time. Where Belgium will have to regroup and think about what to do differently, because as things stand, Denmark have done everything right. And you wonder if it's indicative of what will happen if these two sides were to meet head-to-head in a knockout contest. Belgium go behind early against an opponent. What might become of them? The way they're struggling. Lukaku though, trying to feed in Carrasco. Carrasco tries to win it, but it's back with Denmark. As Damsgaard wonderfully escapes, but only gets as far as Jan Vertonghen. Back to Denayer. Lukaku keeps going. Wonderful feet. This is an underrated part of his game. It's Romelu Lukaku. And he's tackled and he can't keep the ball. And still Belgium go forward. Referee says play on, despite what was deemed to be a free kick. And that's a free kick. Won by Lukaku. Brought down by Simon Kjær. These two have had some very juicy battles in Serie A. On the opposite Milan sides, Romelu Lukaku for Inter and Simon Kjaer for Milan, obviously. Potentially a great opportunity for Belgium to be back on terms in this game. No left footer on this one. It looks like it'll just be Yannick Carrasco alone. Schmeichel essentially happy with his wall. Carrasco's delivery misses everybody. A really wasteful moment. As things stand at the moment, I think with Denmark and Finland's goal difference being a 0, if this result holds, it will be Belgium topping the group by virtue of having the best goal difference, Russia at the bottom by having the worst, and Finland and Belgium both being on a goal difference of 0. It would be Finland who qualify ahead of Denmark, as then it would go to head-to-head results. Of course, Finland's beating Denmark, so going ahead into second, Denmark third, but 3 points might be enough for a third place team. They can't get past Belgium's defence, and the attempt to counter-attack is poor and it's very easily intercepted. Delaney and Vass keep it under control in no time. And I think Braithwaite it is who's escaped here. Braithwaite! And he thinks that could be a penalty. Or even at least a corner. No, but don't think Denayer got his hands to it in any way. One minute added on, we've already played 30 seconds of it. And the ball into Lukaku. Around Kjaer again. And brilliantly tackled by Kjaer for a throw-in. Could well be the last action of the half for the Belgians. And that's it for the first half. Even though the real action came very early on in the match with Denmark creating some good opportunities early on and taking one of the very first in the second minutes. It's still been an inspired performance and they want to keep this up. Belgium suddenly see themselves in quite a bit of trouble and desperately need some inspiration at the moment going into the break. If not Kevin De Bruyne, they're going to need somebody to step up and raise their game because this is not enough for them. Even though they'd still top the group, this is not the outcome they would have hoped for going into half-time. And at half-time, it is Denmark 1, Belgium 0. Welcome back to coverage of this game between Denmark and Belgium. Quite a dramatic opening. A mistake from Jason Denayer, and Yusuf Poulsen opens the scoring within 2 minutes. No goal since then, but Denmark have looked much more determined and dedicated, committing themselves. And it would be something of a fairy tale miracle if they, after all this, come away with the win. No doubt Belgium are winning sides. They finished third in the 2018 World Cup, let's not forget. Will be out and determined. You can be certain that they aren't going to just let this one slip away from them. So I fidgeted in my chair. But it's definitely been an intense match. Sentimentally, I'm sure a lot of people would like Denmark to hold on to this win, but we cannot underestimate the quality of the Belgians, who just now are walking out of the tunnel. And there are certainly going to be changes. If not at half-time, before the hour mark, as the Belgian fans show their support for Christian Eriksen. Kevin De Bruyne certainly will make an appearance in this game. You'd feel he might be providing the creativity Belgium have struggled to find. Dries Mertens, Carrasco and Hazard haven't really achieved much around Lukaku, and Tielemans with too much to do. Of course, Eden Hazard is also available from the bench. Came off it in St. Petersburg a few nights ago. We also have attacking options like Jeremy Doku, the teenager from Rennes, Christian Benteke, Crystal Palace, Leandro Trossard of Brighton, and formerly of Crystal Palace, Michy Batshuayi. Other than De Bruyne, there aren't many other midfield options. There's Dennis Pratt from Leicester City, who's spent large spells of this season injured. And, of course, Witsel, who I'm sure in the meantime will still only be coming on as a substitute at best for Belgium. Maybe as a defensive substitute when they're controlling a game. Where we go for the second half. And instantly, Denmark continue to pressurise Belgium just like they did in the first half. So it goes all the way back to Schmeichel, who clears it before he can be pressured. And the ball is forced into his own net. Volleyed pass, way ahead of anybody, straight into Courtois. Mounier slipped as he tried to pass that, and Denayer clears it before Poulsen can get to it. There's Mounier falling backwards. I don't believe it has rained in Copenhagen lately. Or if the pitch has been watered relatively recently. That's better from Mounier. Attempted through ball, finding Poulsen. Delaney into the centre-backs. Damsgaard. And Wally shoots. Oh. Delaney. A shot that skips along the penalty area. But nowhere near threatening Courtois, who had that post covered. And a really solid advancement up the pitch from Belgium. Right now, Carrasco. And the ball was probing, but easily cleared. Tielemans. Into the end of Dendoncker. No, sorry, Mounier, my apologies. Beautiful floated pass. And Mounier couldn't direct it, indeed he directed it onto the top of his head. And bounces out of play. He was hoping he'd direct that a bit lower, I'd say. Denmark couldn't hold on to the ball from their own goal kick. Lukaku holds it up, but he's given it away. And again, shouldn't be a problem for Courtois, although he had risks. He was, my goodness, he nearly cleared it into a Danish player there. Inviting a lot of pressure on his team again. Myler with the throw-in. He's found Damsgaard, and Belgium have conceded a free kick in a very promising area. No cards for Yuri Tielemans. Or Leander Dendoncker, who pulls Damsgaard's shirt. Christian Eriksen would be he once again. He's sorely missed from opportunities like these. But you've got Damsgaard standing over the ball. And it's straight into the wall. And out for another Denmark throw. Straight off the head of a Belgian player. The throw-in finds a Belgian plays the advantage. It's still with Denmark. And here's Damsgaard again. Oh! No one there to receive his through ball except Thibaut Courtois. And it's sprayed forward into Romelu Lukaku. And cleared, throw in. And Yannick Carrasco down. I don't know if he's gotten back up again. Moinier's throw. Belgium for once have pinned Denmark into their own half. I'm not sure if it'll be for long though. So Belgium have to make the most of the possession they have. Again, play starting from the back with Denayer. Pass it to Vertonghen, who passes it straight back to the Lyon defender. And some good touches, well intercepted and kept out. And Denmark have another free kick. Taken quickly. The referee doesn't book the player. For what was more a clumsy than a cynical challenge, I suppose. And Lukaku's got it. And Lukaku's through for Belgium here. It's a tight angle. He squares it. He's unselfish. And it's turned in for the equaliser. Thorgan Hazard. It was a wonderful sequence of play. Kevin De Bruyne, having come on at the half, has, as expected, been incredibly influential. Lukaku's touch. De Bruyne squares it. Carrasco was also waiting at the far post. And that's the Belgium we're familiar with. Their star players aligning and combining. Denmark with a free kick straight after the kick-off for the restart. And again, they press well in the final thirds, and I think they've won a corner straight away. It's given. Because this would put Denmark under massive pressure. They'd have to win their last game against Russia at all costs, of course. When it came to who would host all three games between Denmark and Russia, Denmark won the draw. So Daniel Vass will take it. It's in fact played short to be whipped in. It's not the best cross. A mix up in the box, but it's away now. Referee plays advantage. No, he's given the free kick. I think a card's been shown. And they appeal, possibly for something stronger. It's Thorgan Hazard, I think, who's received the yellow card for his collision. Indeed, Denmark do have the decision. And they're preparing to take a set piece. It's probably too far up for a direct strike at goal. So much is possible with the courage and heart that Denmark's men would have wanted to give for the fans and Eriksen today. And it's flicked into the box. Headed out, it's Delaney. Shot is charged down. Romelu Lukaku has it. And that's another cynical challenge. And I think that's going to be another yellow card. This time for Daniel Vass. That is definitely intentional. Moynier in a heap. And for some of his first football in a very long time, Axel Witsel is coming onto the field as Jan Vertonghen hands the armband over to Eden Hazard, who comes off the bench just like he did against the Russians. Then Donker off for Axel Witsel, who has often performed well for Belgium. He scored in the European Championships for Belgium before in a 3-0 win against the Republic of Ireland. Half an hour to go. Lots still that could happen. Witzel's first touch isn't particularly great, even though Belgium still have possession of the ball. Into Lukaku. And I think the flag was raised. Denmark now have possession from the resulting free kick. And Belgium starting to play the direct football Denmark were enjoying in the first half. Hazard now. And intercepted by Denmark. I think they've won a free kick. Indeed they have, by Martin Braithwaite. It's a replay of the goal. Wonderful touch from De Bruyne. The VAR check, pretty inconsequential to be honest. Hazard always looked onside there. Norgard comes on for Yusuf Poulsen, as does Jens Striger Larsen for Daniel Vass. And this is a good ball out to Meiler. He'll go for the shot and it's instantly blocked. Delaney now. Damsgaard. Oh. Some wonderful touches. And advantage played despite the crunching challenge. And I think it was De Bruyne. Vestergaard. A rare stride forward from him. The cross is aimed to the far post. And seen out of play. it's fed in. Denmark forward once more. Witsel. Denayer. Alderweireld. Moynier into Tielemans. Could open up for Tielemans. And it goes behind for a corner. Now shaping up to be a really nice attack, but Yannick Vestergaard ensured that it wouldn't go any further into danger. Kevin De Bruyne with the corner kick. Looks like he might play it short. Nope, strikes it first time. It sort of flicks it out. Sliding challenge, back to Courtois. Thorgan Hazard. Alderweireld. Denayer. Sorry. There's Alderweireld. There's Lukaku. You see goals relatively early in each half. Paulson 2 minutes into the first half. Hazard 10 minutes into the second. Offside against Alderweireld. Damsgaard. And again, the through ball isn't successful. Witsel. And again, the balls aren't played into space very effectively by Belgium. Belgium can't win the ball here as they step into dangerous areas. Here's Myler. And the shots into Courtois. And a bit of afters. again, comfortably won by Denmark. They still haven't stopped pressing. Damsgaards. And Denayer has given it away, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Unbelievable. No, I apologise. It's a yellow card. Damsgaard is the one who receives a yellow card for diving. Teams who have gone down far too easily under Thomas Moynier's challenge. I thought the referee was pointing in the direction of the penalty spots. In the end, it's a free kick to Belgium, and a waste of what had been up to that point a promising attack for the Danes. 20 minutes to go. And Lukaku into Denmark's penalty area. Again, showing what is, for many, an underrated ability on the ball. He may be quite a physical player, but he has underrated abilities for a centre forward. Here come Belgium, 2-1. Kevin De Bruyne, the creator for the first goal, scores the second. Creator and playmaker. Denmark could be in real trouble now. Because what was looking like a fantastic start has started to fizzle out. Great first time hit from De Bruyne. Beating Schmeichel at the near post. Very respectful celebration from De Bruyne, and I have to say he has often been a moderate and gentlemanly character with moments like these. I think he's underappreciated, is De Bruyne, for his conduct in football. I'm disappointed he hasn't worn the armband for Belgium and Manchester City more often. Although no doubt Vincent Kompany was a fine leader himself. Denmark with so much more to do now. De Bruyne's presence on the field has directly elevated Belgium from a position where they were worrying about being in the group. Potentially a chance of them maybe even getting eliminated. Or not even, at least not topping the group. To one where they look safe, not just for the last 16, but are en route to topping the group altogether. As Thomas Delaney comes off for the man who replaced Christian Eriksen. And Schmeichel keeps that one out of harm's way as well. Really alert goalkeeping to keep Belgium out of sight. It is Cornelius on for Damsgaard, and Matthias Jensen, who replaced Christian Eriksen in the first game, on for Delaney. Højbjerg. Denmark finally on the ball in a promising situation. And it's volleyed, and a fantastic save from Courtois. Back with Denmark though. And Belgium have great men forward here. Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, into Schmeichel. It's a game where each side, it's a game of two halves really actually. Belgium started it sluggish and Denmark all out on the attack and looking very comfortable. It couldn't be more different. Denmark still with the occasional attack, but struggling. Now needing to score another goal. And with De Bruyne on the pitch, Belgium looking so much more assured. It doesn't mean that every player on the pitch is useless other than De Bruyne, but he certainly elevates the team. Arguably the best player in that side. It's definitely over present-day Eden Hazard, and arguably even after Lukaku, who's had a fantastic season for Inter. And a chance! Brilliant block. Another corner. It was starting to open up for Braithwaite, and he wanted to take his chance. "15 minutes to go. Only really chance for a looping header. Courtois punches. And a collision in the area. Courtois has gone down along with a Danish player. And a leaping header from Vestergaard, and then a collision with Simon Kjaer. And Courtois has gone down. Appears to be struck in the leg there. And what a challenge from Simon Kjaer, and Kevin De Bruyne cannot send in the rebounds. It's almost rolling into Schmeichel, all towards the middle of the goal than anything, as the physios come on to tend to Courtois, who is grabbing his left knee, his strong leg. As we see a replay of that second goal, which was actually taken from outside the box by Kevin De Bruyne. A really nice soft touch from Eden Hazard. Brilliant vision in the penalty area, as you'd expect. And they've got an ice pack over his knee, but it looks like he'll be okay to continue. Courtois. Of course, like Italy, Belgium have won their opening two games as things stand, and could well be that he's rested. And the stretcher, many were wondering, could be what gets him off the field. Comes off empty. Thankfully, no need for it still. And Courtois' left leg, which was just struck violently, punts the ball back upfield into Schmeichel. You can see there that look how many shots Denmark have taken, 17 to Belgium's 5. But if you look at the math, tells you that their conversion rates of shots on target against the total amount of shots taken is way poorer. It's about average for Denmark, and only one of Belgium's shots has failed to find the target. Each one, bar one, forcing Kasper Schmeichel into action. Axel Witsel. Courtois to Vertonghen. Alderweireld. Tielemans. Into Eden Hazard, who's playing very deep. He's Belgium's captain. Witsel. And the long ball lifted into Braithwaite. And Courtois, did he control that with his hands? He did control it, but it's deemed that by the time the ball was out of the area, it wasn't in his hands anymore. Very risky moments. And a free kick has been conceded by Denmark. Yellow card because it was arguably denying a possible goal-scoring opportunity, not to score from necessarily, but certainly to create. And Matthias Jensen is booked. And Courtois did indeed keep that in the penalty area. By the time he couldn't no longer, he'd already let go of it. No card required, yellow or red. Sometimes the goalkeeper may punch the ball outside the area, but if it's towards the side of the box, often it's deemed as not a goal-scoring opportunity, but a goal-scoring opportunity of sorts, but not a clear one. So it's not a red card in that instance. More yellow. Player stops because we have a Belgian player on the floor. It's Thorgan Hazard and he's just cramped. Thank goodness it's nothing worse than that. Belgium looking much more comfortable than at this point, even in the first half. Everything is going their way so far. Not with that. Dreadful giveaway. And they can't control it. It's cleared away though. But it's back with... And the cross. Oh! Braithwaite couldn't turn it in. Bounces off the corner flag. And it was Cornelius on his left foot. Braithwaite couldn't reach it. And it will go out for a goal kick. It's relief for Belgium. But for Denmark, it's looking increasingly gloomy in terms of a forecast for them. All the pressure on them going into that final game. Andreas Olsen takes the place of Yannick Vestergaard as the back three is sacrificed. Now, if anything, is the time to be more direct, more deliberate. Denmark will want to throw everything they can at it. Even if they concede again, they can say they truly gave it everything today. Then back to the Tongan, to Alderweireld. Denmark go forward once more. Braithwaite cutting in, he tries to cross it. Comfortably claimed by Thibaut Courtois. Courtois just able to keep that in control as he clears it upfield. Back with Denmark though. And that's a nice ball, but headed out carefully. But the pressing from Denmark is still impressive. And they continue forward again. Another ball. Nowhere near a player in a dangerous area. But still they continue. And the header off the bar. Oh. In a split second, there was hope, there was delight, and then despair. Martin Braithwaite once again. Courtois helpless. Tielemans. And Denmark containing any sort of pressing and passing from Belgium as they continue to try and advance it forwards. Another chance, another block. Goes straight into the air. Belgium wants a free kick, not given. Not expecting too many minutes to be added on at the end of the 90. Referee signals to play on. No handball for the for any Danish players in the box. Play can continue with Denmark in possession. Denmark's block doing exactly as required. Oh, Denmark's still going. Oh! And Jensen's shots spins, but it doesn't come down. Seems to aim for the top corner. Also, I would have been beaten. And Denmark will mount another attack. .5 minutes to be added on at the end of the second half. Another dangerous ball, but it's missed by everybody. And looks like some kind of glass or bottle thrown onto the pitch in front of Courtois as he was about to take his goal kick. Certainly not appreciated nor condoned. Certainly not a condonable action, and I'm pretty sure if it is a Danish fan who's done that, the Danish players would definitely not side with them, understandably. Referee has given a drop ball, I think. Yeah, forwards. And Courtois claims that one as well. There was too much weight on the headed pass. Denayer was containing the centre forwards. That pass might be too heavy as well. Nope. It's De Bruyne. It's Witsel. Kevin De Bruyne. Lukaku. And the flag has gone up. Schmeichel wants to take this himself. Run out of play. Just over 2 minutes left. And another bottle has been thrown onto the roof at Courtois. Certainly not something we like to see at any match, really. Never mind the major international tournaments. And the referee is going to give another card here. I think it's for Thorgan Hazard. It is indeed Hazard, who's been booked for a cynical lunge. Swipe of the boots on Larsen. Possibly the last opportunity for Denmark here. So Vermeulen has come on for Hazard. Martinez has seen enough. Schmeichel has gone forward. Again, headed very comfortably. And Belgium will counter perhaps one more time. And it's cleared. And Belgium have one more corner themselves. Schmeichel just getting back. It's a fantastic clearance in the end, because that could easily have gone in. And De Bruyne plays it to Hazard. Tielemans. Looks like they're just going to waste time rather than actually genuinely try to attack from the set piece. Witsel, though, will have to work it onto his left foot. It's back with Tielemans. And Belgium have won it. And it's released into Martin Braithwaite. Braithwaite blocked. And that's it. Belgium through to the knockout stages of this competition. They can be very proud of their achievements. A job well done. But understandably, celebrations are relatively reserved. And for Denmark, what was looking like such an exciting and promising tournament is descending into something nobody really hoped for. They could be home by the end of the week. They have to beat Russia at all costs if they are to have a chance of going through to the last 16. And hope that things go their way in the game between Finland and Belgium. It's looking like an incredibly troubling story for them. One goal from 2 games. They've missed a ton of chances, including a penalty. And now, of course, they have suffered defeat again. In their own stadium, no less. It's looking very bleak for Denmark, and Belgium once again continue to command and control against their opponents. Tonight it's the Netherlands against Austria in Group C, as that round of games is completed, and I will be covering the game in Group D between England, who have a good old date with Scotland at Wembley Stadium at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. But in the meantime, I'll say goodbye. I will see you all in 25 hours for a final encounter. Sorry, for some kind of reunion between old foes. It's going to be a fun game, no doubt. If anything, because of the historical rivalry between England and Scotland. But it's bye from me for now, and I will see you all soon. Take care.